Hi everybody, this is Boog Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the brand new NECA Ultimate Gargoyles Angela figure. So before we take a look at Angela, let's go ahead and take a look at all of the accessories that she comes with. So first up, you get this minifigure of baby Angela, and this is a very cool little minifigure. And it is surprisingly detailed and articulated. You can see that her eyes are printed on with that print tech. She has a little bit of red printed on there on her cheeks. She has some nice sculpted hair with a nice little black outline there. Even her wings have that nice dry brushing of metallic blue. Like I said, this is surprisingly detailed for a very tiny figure, and it's articulated just as nicely. She has a ball-jointed head that can look up all the way. She can look down all the way and move her head side to side. Her wings can move in and out and move up and down. She has shoulders that can move all the way out. She has ball-jointed hips that can do a complete split. She can kick forward a little bit and back just a little bit. She has a thigh swivel, and her tail moves up and down and spins all the way around. So this is a very awesome little minifigure. I really didn't figure it'd be as articulated as it is. Up next, you get the egg that she was hatched from. You get this nice cracking long here in the middle, and you can actually open this. I think that's very awesome. So you can put little baby Angela inside there. So that looks very awesome. What I like to do is I kind of like to put the top like this to make it look like she just hatched out of it, and that looks very awesome. Up next, she comes with a set of open hands, and these are surprisingly detailed. You can see the sculpt detail to the wrinkles there in her palm, and some purple printed on top of that. That's really good. I was surprised at how detailed just these open hands are. Up next, she comes with gun-holding hands, but she doesn't come with a gun. These are just reused from Demona, and I really don't know why NECA included these as accessories, maybe just to take up some space in the packaging, but yeah, there's nothing to put in these hands. Up next, she comes with a set of fisted hands, and I forgot to mention, you'll have to be careful when you're switching the hands out. This ring right here for her bracelet is real, and it is a separate piece, so when you're switching the hands out, this might fall off if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. And finally, she comes with her angry head sculpt, and this looks very nice. The red outline there around the eyes looks really cool. Just like with Demona, the faceplate switches out. You don't actually switch out a head. So if you're curious as to what that looks like, that is the monstrosity you get whenever you're switching the heads out. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the main face. So taking a look at her main face, NECA did an amazing job on this. I feel like this head sculpt is kind of lifelike. It looks very realistic. I think NECA has done an amazing job of translating the cartoon designs to a realistic design for these figures. That head sculpt just looks really awesome, and she actually has real metal earrings. They're little, it looks like little chain links, but that works really well. I like that they're not just sculpted on and they're actual real pieces. That looks very awesome. She also has some very, very nice sculpt detail to her hair. That looks really awesome, and you get the gold bands in the hair right there. My only complaint is this is very stiff hair. I do wish it would have been a softer material, because especially with those wings, it kind of wants to make her head look down. So the articulation is kind of hindered because of this being a harder plastic for the hair and the wings here. Her outfit is sculpted very nicely. It has some very cool texturing on it and a nice wash. I want to say it's like a black wash, but that looks very good. NECA did an awesome job doing the sculpt detail on that. You get this very big belt and belt buckle right there. That looks very cool. Just like with baby Angela, she has some really nice metallic blue paint there on the inside of her wings. This does reuse parts from Demona, and I think that was really smart. I think that makes sense for NECA to reuse that body since Demona is her mother. The only difference is you get a new bicep piece for this left bicep because Demona had this little ring, and I'm pretty sure it was sculpted and glued on there. Like it was actually a separate piece that pegged into the arm and it was glued on at the factory. So I'm pretty sure this is brand new. I forgot to mention she has some very cool shading in between her muscles. You get some really nice printed on purple right there, and that looks really good. It brings those details out very nicely. You can see a little bit of printing right there on her thigh and right here on her calf, as well as on her feet. That paint variation looks incredible. And one thing is, some of the paint is missing on her toenails. That's really my only complaint with this. You can see this toenail right here is missing a lot of paint on it. But other than that, this is a very nice figure. So now let's go ahead and go over her articulation. So she has a ball-jointed head that can't really look back at all because of the wings and her ponytail there. She can look down just a little bit. She can move her head side to side. Her wings have the usual articulation of the gargoyles figures. It can move back and forth and up and down. I'm not going to move them because these feel like they're tight and like they don't want to move, and I don't want to snap them off. That has happened one too many times to me with these gargoyles figures. She has shoulders that can move all the way out. She has a swiveled bicep, double jointed elbow that can bend in all the way, swiveled wrist that can move side to side and up and down. She has a ball jointed diaphragm that can move back all the way. She can crunch forward just a little bit and move side to side. She has a bendy wire tail, so you can bend that however you want it, as well as swivel up and down and all the way around here. She has ball jointed hips that can do a complete split. She can kick forward just a little bit. I do wish she could kick forward just a little more. She can kick back very slightly. She has a swivel at the thigh, double jointed knees that can bend back all the way, swivel at the ankle that can move down just a little bit, up all the way, and toes that can move down and up all the way. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here she is next to Goliath. As you can see, she has the body of Demona and the color scheme of Goliath. Here she is next to Demona. I can't remember if I mentioned that these figures share the same legs and feet. And finally, there she is next to Brooklyn. So overall, I would highly recommend picking this up because this is another phenomenal NECA Gargoyles release. I wasn't sure how fond I would be of this figure, but now that I have it in hand, it is a very, very nice figure. It has some very good sculpting, and the paint detail on it is top-notch. I think this is one of the best painted Gargoyles figures that NECA has done so far. So definitely pick this up. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.